The arrival of the sky was quiet. Too quiet. Alex stood in the middle of the field, holding his bike. He had taken this shortcut home 100 times. It was always peaceful. But today, something felt wrong. The birds weren't singing. The wind had stopped. Even the air felt heavy. Then came the sound. Boom! A loud crash exploded from the sky, followed by a bright white flash. Alex dropped his bike and covered his ears. He looked up and saw something falling. Fast, on fire. It wasn't a plane. Wasn't a meteor. It was a pod. A silver glowing pod. It hit the ground just 10 feet from him. Dirt and smoke flew everywhere. Alex couldn't move. His heart pounded so hard it hurt. The pod hissed. A small door opened with a loud click. Steam. Rolled out, Alex took one slow step back. Then, she stepped out. A girl. A T. But not a normal girl. She had glowing blue eyes. Her hair shimmered like silver threads. She wore a tight suit made of strange fabric. Symbols blinked across her chest like alien writing. She looked about his age, 16 maybe, but not human. Not even close. She stared at Alex. Then she spoke, voice calm and cold. "You are the human named Alex Carter." Alex couldn't speak. His legs felt frozen. He nodded slowly. The girl stepped forward and dropped to one knee. She looked up at him with those glowing eyes and said, "I am Zara. I have been assigned to you. You now own me." Silence. Wind blew. Across the field again, the sound returned. A bird chirped in the distance. But everything felt ... wrong. Alex finally found his voice. "Is this ... a prank?" She shook her head. "This is part of the peace agreement. Your species won the war. My people must serve. I belong to you now." "Wait, what war? What are you talking about?" Zara stood. "The war between Earth and the Illyri Empire." "You were not told?" Alex stared. "There's no war. Earth hasn't been fighting aliens." Zara tilted her head. "That's what they told your people. But it was real. Thousands died. My world lost." Before Alex could reply, a sound came from the sky. A sharp buzzing like bees, but louder drones. 3 black drones appeared above the trees. They flew fast, scanning the ground with red lights. Zara's eyes widened. "They found me already," she said. "I wasn't supposed to arrive this soon." Alex looked up. "Those are Earth drones. Military ones?" "They're scanning for something." "They're scanning for me." One drone turned sharply. Its red light landed on Zara. It beeped, "Target identified. Illyri female. Status assigned. Asset must be recovered." Zara grabbed Alex's wrist. Her skin felt too warm, almost hot. "Run." She said. "What?" "Run, now, or we both die." They ran through the trees, over fallen logs. Alex's heart raced like never before. The drones followed fast, red lights cutting through the branches. "Why are they chasing us?" Alex shouted. "They don't want peace," Zara said. "They want control. The deal was fake." "They will. Take me, erase me, and pretend I never came." "Why you? Why send you to me?" "I don't know yet, but it wasn't random." They reached a hidden cave near the edge of the forest. Alex had played there as a child. He pulled Zara inside, breathing hard. The drones hovered above, scanning, but couldn't see them inside the rock. For a moment, it was quiet again. Alex looked at her. She wasn't breathing heavy. She didn't even sweat. She stood still, eyes watching the cave entrance. "You're not scared," he said. She looked at him. "Fear is not part of my training, but confusion is new. You're not what I expected. What were you expecting?" She paused. Then answered, a cruel master. A broken world. I was trained to hate you. Alex sat down on a rock. Well, welcome to Earth, I guess. Zara sat beside him. After a moment, she asked, do you want me to serve you now? Or shall I wait? What? No. I don't want a servant. Her glowing eyes softened. Then, what do you want? I want to understand what's going on. Zara nodded slowly. Then I will explain. But only if you promise something. What? Promise not to hand me over. To them, Alex looked outside the cave. The drones were still flying, still looking. He looked back at her. Something in her face behind the glowing eyes looked sad, lonely. He nodded. I promise. Zara gave the smallest smile. The first. Smile, but outside, a black figure stepped through the trees. Not a drone, a soldier. Earth uniform, carrying a strange weapon that buzzed like a storm. His eyes locked on the cave. He raised the weapon. Zara stood up fast. They found us. Asterisk hunted the soldier, raised his weapon. Alex froze. Zara didn't, in a single smooth move. She grabbed Alex and pulled him deeper into the cave. A bright energy blast hit the stone wall where Alex had just been. The heat burned the air. He's not here to talk, Zara whispered. He's here to erase me. Alex's heart beat faster. The soldier's footsteps echoed closer. You said there was a peace deal. Alex whispered back. Zara shook her head. There was. But peace was a lie. The soldier shouted, step out now. Human male, release the alien unit. You are helping a dangerous entity. Alex looked at Zara. Are you dangerous? Zara didn't answer. Instead, she placed her hand against the cave wall. A soft light spread from her palm. The rock moved, shifted, revealing a hidden tunnel. Alex blinked. What is that? A path my people created before the war ended, she said. A place to hide. Come, now. They slipped inside, just as another energy blast lit up the cave. The hidden wall slid back into place, leaving silence behind. The tunnel was narrow and dark, but smooth, almost alive. It pulsed with faint blue. Light like veins under skin. They walked quickly. Alex tried to think. Why are they hunting you if Earth won the war? Zara answered without stopping. Because I'm not just a gift. I'm proof. Proof that Earth lied. Alex frowned. Lied about what? Zara finally stopped walking. She turned and looked at him. They said, we started the war. But we didn't. Earth attacked first. Alex blinked. That's not what we were told. Of course not. Earth didn't want people to know. They used fear, made us monsters, then called us gifts to hide their guilt. They kept walking. Up ahead, the tunnel opened into a strange underground room. A glowing orb floated in the center. The walls were covered in soft moss and blinking symbols. Zara sat down and closed her eyes. The orb moved toward her, hovering inches above her forehead. Alex stayed back. What's that thing? Memory keeper, she said softly. Show you what really happened. The orb lit up suddenly. The room changed. Alex was no longer underground. He was standing in space, watching planets burn. Ships clashed in the stars, Earth ships. The flags were clear. Laser blasts tore through alien cities. Families screamed. Children ran. Buildings exploded. He saw a younger Zara being trained in a dark chamber. Her teacher shouted, humans are monsters. You must obey. You must fight. But Zara didn't look like a fighter. She looked afraid. The memory faded. The orb dimmed. Alex stepped back, shocked. That's what Earth did. Zara opened her eyes. Yes, and I was created to bring revenge. But the war ended before I could be used. Alex sat down, confused. Then why send you here? Why assign you to me? Zara looked at him for a long moment. Because you're different. He raised an eyebrow. What do you mean? You were chosen because of your father. Alex stood. My dad. He's dead. Zara shook her head. Not dead. Taken. Alex's heart skipped. What? Zara stood. He worked on the machine that connects human and alien minds. That's how I speak your language. That's how I feel. This, she touched. Her chest, emotion, something I wasn't supposed to have. Before Alex could reply, the walls of the room flickered red. A sharp alarm sounded. Zara's eyes widened. Up. They found the tunnel. A voice echoed through the chamber. Alien unit detected. Prepare to terminate. Alex jumped to his feet. We need to get out of here. Zara ran to the back of the chamber. She pressed her hand against another part of the wall. It opened into a new path. Follow me. There's one place they can't follow us. As they ran through the tunnel, the walls began to shake. Dust fell. Lights blinked behind them. The hidden room exploded. Fire and smoke chased them down the narrow passage. They barely made it through the next door before it sealed shut. Alex coughed, covering his mouth. They really want you gone. Zara sat down, breathing slow and steady. They don't want the truth to survive. Alex sat beside her, shaking. Why not just destroy the pod before you landed? She answered. Voice quiet, because some on Earth still believe in peace. They wanted to give me a chance. Alex looked at her. And what do you want, Zara? Zara paused. Then she whispered, I don't know. I was trained to hate. But now, I feel something else. What do you feel? Zara looked at him. Hope and fear. Outside, the sound of drones grew. Louder again, Alex stood. We can't run forever. We need a plan. Zara's eyes flashed with soft blue light. Then we stop running. It's time I show you who I really am. Trust or trap. Alex sat by the cave wall, breathing hard. Zara stood at the entrance of the tunnel, her hand glowing faint blue. The stone door had sealed shut behind them. They were safe for now, but Alex couldn't stop shaking. Not from fear of the drones, not from the explosion, from her. She had saved him twice now. But she had also admitted something else. She was sent to kill her human owner, and now that owner was him. Zara looked back at him, her silver hair falling over one shoulder. She didn't blink much. Her eyes glowed softly in the dim light. You're afraid of me, she said. Alex didn't answer. It's smart, she added. You should be. He forced himself to speak. Then why haven't you done it? Why didn't you kill me? Zara walked toward him slowly, careful, like she didn't want to scare him more. Because you're not what I was trained to expect. She sat down across from him. A faint hum filled the air. The tunnel walls vibrated slightly, power lines or alien tech. He wasn't sure. Tell me the truth, Alex said. Is killing me really your mission? She nodded once. No hesitation? Yes. On my world, we were told that humans only understand fear. That if we killed our assigned humans, Earth would fall into panic again. We were sleeper weapons, not gifts. I was the first. Alex rubbed his face. And yet, here you are, not doing it. Zara looked down. Her voice changed softer, almost. Sad, I expected cruelty. I expected commands. I expected chains. Instead, you asked my name. A long silence fell between them. Then she added, my programming is confused. My heart is doing something strange. I don't know the word. Feeling. Alex offered. She nodded slowly. Yes, feeling. It's not normal for us. We were trained not to feel anything. But since meeting you, everything has changed. Alex leaned back against the wall. So what happens now? Zara looked at him seriously. You need to decide. Do you trust me or not? Alex laughed a little, but there was no humor. You want me to trust a trained killer from an alien empire that lost a war to us? She said nothing. He looked into her eyes again. This time. He didn't see a weapon. He saw someone who didn't choose this. Someone stuck between two worlds. Like him? Okay, he said at last. I'll trust you. For now. Zara didn't smile, but something in her face relaxed. Then her expression changed. She stood up fast. They're changing tactics. What? The drones will stop searching soon. The soldier will use his override code to call the beacon. Alex stood, confused. What's the beacon? Zara turned to him. It's a deep signal satellite system. Once activated, it alerts all Earth's military bases within 100 kilometers. It marks us as rogue assets. Once that happens, even your people won't be able to help us. You mean we'll be targets for everyone? Yes, Alex swallowed hard. Then we need to leave this area. Zara nodded. There's one place they won't follow, but it's not safe either. Where? A human lab. Hidden, underground, near the mountains. Your father worked there. Alex froze. You said my dad was taken, that he worked on alien tech. Is that where he disappeared? Zara nodded. I believe he left something behind, something that connects you to me. They started walking again, deeper into the tunnel. It grew colder and darker. The air smelled like metal and dust. Why? Me? Alex asked. Why assign you to some random boy? Zara answered without turning. You're not random. Your blood carries a code, a genetic key. Only your DNA can unlock the next stage of the hybrid program. Alex frowned. Hybrid program. She stopped walking. A secret plan to merge human and alien abilities. My mind, your blood. Together we can control what no one else can. That sounds insane. It is, but it's true. That's why the soldier chased us. Not to protect you, but to keep us from activating what your father built. Alex was quiet for a long time. Then he said, So, I'm not just your owner. I'm part of something much bigger. Zara turned. For the first time, she smiled just a little. Yes, you're more important than you know. Suddenly, the tunnel shook violently. Dust rained from the ceiling. A loud siren echoed down the corridor. Alex looked around. What now? Zara checked her wristband. Symbols blinked red. They activated the beacon. They know we're together. Alex's voice trembled. So now what? She stepped closer and placed her hand gently on his chest. Now we stop being hunted. Her wristband beeped again. A soft glow spread from her hand into his shirt. Alex felt something burn, but it didn't hurt. What are you doing? He asked. Marking you as bonded. If they scan us now, they'll see one energy signal, not two. It may buy us time. Alex looked into her glowing eyes. You're serious about helping me? Zara didn't blink. I was trained to kill you. But I think I was born to protect you. Before Alex could respond, the wall beside them exploded. Light poured in. A new drone hovered just outside the blast hole. It locked onto them instantly. Target re-identified. Human subject 717. Hybrid. Match confirmed. Eliminate immediately. Alex grabbed Zara's hand. Run. Asterisk, the human weapon the blast was too bright to see. Alex only felt the heat. Zara pulled him down behind a pile of broken metal as the drone's lasers cut through the stone like paper. Sparks flew. The air smelled like burning wires. How do we fight that? Alex yelled. Zara touched her wristband. A small shield flickered around them for a second, then vanished. "We don't fight," she said. "We run." She pulled him into a side tunnel just before the next blast landed. The drone's voice echoed behind them. "Hybrid match confirmed. Eliminate both units." As they ran, Alex's mind was racing. Hybrid match? Why did the drone? "Say that, Zara," he shouted over the sound of alarms. "What does that mean? Why did it say I was a match?" Zara didn't stop. "Because your DNA isn't fully human." Alex almost tripped. "What?" They reached a hidden elevator, rusted and humming faintly. Zara placed her hand on a small screen, and it lit up. The door opened. Inside was a long, narrow lift, leading straight down into darkness. "Get in," she said. "We don't have much time." The drone was close. It fired again. The tunnel wall behind them exploded. They jumped inside. The door slammed shut. The elevator dropped like a stone. Alex gasped, gripping the rail. "What do you mean I'm not fully human?" Zara's face was serious. "Your father worked with alien tech, but he also worked on a secret Project Helix. It was banned. Shut down. But before it ended, they used test subjects." Alex stared at her. "You mean me?" She nodded. "Half human. The first of your kind. Your body was modified when you were still in the womb." Alex's stomach turned. "So, in an experiment." Zara stepped closer, her voice soft. "You're more than that. You are the key. My people feared you. Earth hid you, but both sides knew you had power if you survived long enough to unlock it." The elevator stopped. A soft click. The door opened into darkness. A large underground room, cold and empty, full of old machines covered in dust. Lights flickered on one by one, revealing a long workbench, broken screens, and a glowing pod in the center. Alex stepped out slowly. The place smelled like metal, oil, and something older. Forgotten. Zara pointed to the pod. "That's the interface. It links human minds with alien technology. Your father built it. For you." Alex walked toward it. The pod was shaped like a chair, surrounded by glowing cables and rings. It pulsed softly like it was breathing. He touched it. It reacted instantly. A blue light ran up his arm. His chest burned, but not painfully, more like something waking up inside him. Zara stepped back. "It recognizes you," she said. Alex looked down at his hand. The light was running through his veins now. "What's happening?" Zara's voice dropped to a whisper. "The machine is reading your mind, your thoughts, your fear. It's bonding with you. It's unlocking your blood." He stepped into the pod. It closed around him. He gasped, but didn't fight it. It didn't hurt. It felt familiar. Like coming home to something he didn't know he had lost. Memories flashed before his eyes. Not his Zara single quotes. He saw her as a child, alone in a gray room, being trained, being broken. Her tears, her anger. Then he saw his own father working in a lab, recording messages, talking to the camera. If you're seeing this, Alex, it means they found you. It means the truth couldn't stay hidden. You are more than a boy. You are a bridge between them and us. Use it well. The screen went black. The pod opened. Alex stepped out, glowing. His veins shimmered faint blue. His heartbeat was steady, strong. His eyes burned with new light. Zara looked at him with something close to awe. "You wakened," she whispered. Alex looked at his hands. "I feel everything. Your memories, my father's plans. The war. The lies." Then the walls shook again. The drone had found them. It crashed through the elevator shaft. Metal wings spread, charging its cannon. Zara ran forward, blocking Alex with her body. "Stay behind me." "Ah!" But Alex didn't move. He raised his hand, and the air cracked. A burst of energy shot forward, slamming into the drone. It froze, buzzed, then exploded in a burst of blue fire. Silence. Zara turned slowly. Alex's hand lowered. "I didn't know I could do that," he said quietly. Zara stared at him. "Neither did I." Then something else blinked to life on the far wall, a hidden screen. A symbol glowed. The Alari crest. A voice spoke in a language Alex didn't know, but somehow understood. Hybrid confirmed. Protocol Alpha unlocked. Countdown initiated. Zara's eyes widened. No. They triggered it. The old program. "What does that mean?" Calyx asked. She turned to him. Her voice shook for the first time. "It means Earth will see you as a weapon now, and they will come for you with everything they have." Memories from a broken star. The old screen on the wall glowed red. Zara stared at it like it was a ghost. Alex stood next to her, still glowing faintly from the machine. His body felt strange, too light, too awake, like every cell was alive for the first time. "Zara, what's Protocol Alpha?" he asked quietly. She didn't answer. Her breathing changed, slower, shaky. "Zara." Finally, she turned to him. Her voice was barely a whisper. "It means they think you're a threat to the galaxy, not just to Earth. To everyone." Alex's chest tightened. "But I'm not a threat. I didn't ask for this. They don't care," she said. "Now that the machine bonded with you, they'll see you as unstable, a weapon out of control." The red glow on the screen blinked faster. Warning. Hybrid interface detected. Mind link activation recommended. Immediate action required. Zara looked at Alex. "There's only one way to shut down the signal before it spreads. We have to use the interface again." Alex nodded. "Okay, what do I need to do?" Zara hesitated. "This time, you won't see your own memories." He frowned. "Then whose?" She looked at him sadly. "Mine?" Before Alex could reply, she took his hand and placed it gently on her chest. The pod glowed again, brighter than before. Everything went white. The room disappeared. Alex opened his eyes and found himself standing in a dark sky filled with stars. Except they weren't stars. They were burning cities, alien cities. He stood on the surface of Zara's planet Hiller. Huge ships flew overhead, bombing the ground. Screams filled the air. Fires burned through silver towers. He turned and saw a little girl hiding in the rubble. Her body shook. Her eyes were full of fear. Zara, but younger, maybe 6. Human soldiers moved through the ruins, scanning for survivors. One of them aimed a weapon at the girl. She didn't run. She just stared. The soldier lowered his gun and turned away. She lived. But the memory stayed. The scene shifted. Now, Zara was older. In a dark training room, a man with 4 arms and a scarred face barked orders. "You are not a person. You are a blade. You are pain. Say it." The young Zara didn't answer fast enough. She was shocked with electric wires. Over and over, her voice finally cracked. "I am pain. I am the blade." Alex clenched his fists. This is what they did to her. The memory changed again. She was floating in a tube, wires in her arms. Her eyes were closed. Machines whispered around her. Subject: Z20. Mind cleared. Emotions erased. Ready for assignment. Then her pod was launched, crossed the stars, to Earth, to him. Suddenly, the stars around Alex shattered. The floor below him broke apart. He fell, spinning through Zara's memories like a storm. So much pain, so much loneliness. But then, something changed. The memories slowed. He saw her standing. On Earth, for the first time, looking at the trees. The sky, birds flying. He felt what she felt, confusion. Then wonder. Then, him, meeting Alex, and something new forming inside. Her warmth, trust, something she had never been allowed to feel. The memory faded. Alex opened his eyes. He was back in the pod. Zara was sitting across from him, breathing hard. Her cheeks were wet tears, real ones. Alex reached for her hand. You felt all of that for so long, and never gave up. Zara nodded slowly. I was told to kill, to destroy. But when I saw you, I didn't feel hate. I felt... She stopped. Alex finished for her. Alive? She nodded again. But before, they could speak more. The wall beside them shook. A loud alarm screamed across the base. The red screen now flashed a countdown. Protocol Alpha in motion. Strike team en route. 10 minutes until lockdown. Zara stood. They're coming. Alex stood with her. Then we need to stop this before it's too late. Zara walked to a panel beside the machine. She placed her palm on it. The wall opened to reveal a small, glowing disc. She handed it to Alex. This is the command core. My people built it as a last option. If we plug it into the beacon hub, it will override the system and shut down the alert. But, she looked at him. You're the only one who can do it. It's coded to your blood. Alex stared at the disc. Where's the beacon hub? She pointed toward the far tunnel, top of the mountain. Alex laughed softly. Of course it is. I'll cover you, she said. They'll be watching for me. Alex looked at Horelli. Looked. He didn't see a weapon. He didn't see an alien. He saw someone brave. Someone broken, but still standing. Someone who saved him, even when she was built to destroy him. He nodded. Then, let's finish this together. War protocol activated. The sky above the mountain turned red. Not from the sunset. There was no sun. The clouds glowed because ships were arriving. Dozens of them. Silent, black Earth warships in tight formation, blinking with red lights. Hovered above the mountain like a warning. Zara and Alex stood at the edge of a rocky ridge. The wind was cold. The command core glowing disk was warm in Alex's hand. That's Earth's vanguard fleet, Zara said quietly. They didn't come to talk. Alex nodded. They think I'm dangerous. You are, she said, but not in the way they fear. He looked at her. And you? You're glowing again? Zara stepped away from him, holding her head. They activated my deep code. I can feel it crawling in my mind. Her voice was changing. Flat, robotic. Zara. She didn't answer. Alex grabbed her arm. Her skin was too hot. Her pupils were thin, like slits. The blue glow in her veins was spreading across her neck. Zara, fight it. She blinked fast. Her voice cracked. I'm trying, but the protocol. It's overriding everything. Orders from my creators. If they think I've betrayed them, she didn't finish. Alex stepped in front of her. Then let me remind you who you are. He held up the memory disk they had used earlier. I've seen your pain, your past, and I know you're more than what they made you. Her breathing slowed. The glow faded slightly. Thank you, she whispered then, without warning. A voice boomed from the sky. Attention! This is Command Officer Silas Grant of Earth Security. Subject 717 and Alari Weapon Unit Z0. Surrender immediately. You are surrounded. Alex looked up. They tracked our signal. Zara nodded. They locked onto my energy surge when I lost control. Another voice echoed, this time closer. You have 30 seconds to comply. If you do not surrender, we will use force. Alex looked at the glowing disk in his hand. The beacon hub eats up there. Zara pointed to a tall spire built into the mountain's peak. It pulsed with red light. 3 large drones hovered above it. Yes, but they'll defend it. You'll never reach it alone. Alex smiled weakly. Then it's a good thing I'm not alone. Zara opened her wristband and typed something fast. A pulse of blue light shot into the sky. What did you do? I sent a signal to the last friendly Illyri satellite. It will jam the Earth drones for 1 minute. That's all I can give you. Alex nodded. 1 minute is enough. He ran. The mountain path was narrow and steep. Laser beams sliced through the air, missing him by inches. The drones tried to lock on, but their scanners glitched thanks to Zara's signal. Zara stayed behind, fighting off ground soldiers with electric waves from her hands. She moved fast, her body glowing brighter, but her face showed pain. She was burning herself out to protect him. Alex climbed higher, dodging rocks and ducking under blasts. The beacon hub stood at the top of a tall, black machine pulsing with red energy. It looked like a spine rising from the earth. He reached the top. A drone slammed into the ground behind him, sparking and twitching. Unauthorized user detected. Lethal force engaged. It charged. Alex raised his hand. The energy in his body exploded, outward like lightning. The drone shattered in midair. Whoa, he whispered. He ran to the core port on the beacon hub and slammed the disk into it. The machine hissed lights. Flashed, the red turned blue. Override accepted, a voice said. Protocol Alpha cancelled. Alert status withdrawn. Alex fell to his knees, breathing hard. Then everything went quiet, too quiet. Down below, Zara felt it immediately. The signal in her head stopped. The orders vanished. Her thoughts were her own. Again, she gasped and dropped to the ground. Her glowing veins dimmed. Alex did it. She looked up and saw him standing on the ridge. But something else was moving too. A ship, larger than the rest, descending fast. That's not Earth's military, Zara said aloud. That's my people. The Illyri. She activated her wristband and scanned the ship. The symbols confirmed it. A rogue Illyri warcraft, thought too. Be destroyed after the treaty. They came back for me, she whispered. Alex climbed back down the ridge. Zara, we stopped the beacon. She ran to him. We have a bigger problem. Behind them, the Illyri ship landed hard. Its ramp opened. Dozens of silver-armored soldiers stepped out. Weapons glowing blue. At their front stood a tall figure, with bright silver eyes. He spoke in their native tongue, but Alex understood. Zio, you failed your mission. You bonded with the enemy. Prepare for reset. Zara stood in front of Alex. No. The commander raised a small black cube. You were built to obey. Zara's body shook again. Her mind began to slip, but Alex grabbed her hand. You're not theirs anymore. Zara turned to him, blinking through the pain. Then help me remember who I am. One girl, one human. One last chance. The air between them trembled. Zara stood in front of Alex. Body glowing, fists clenched. Her veins burned with blue light, flickering like lightning under her skin. Behind her, the Illyri soldiers aimed there. Weapons above, Earth's warships hovered. Silent but ready to strike. Both sides were waiting, watching one wrong move. And the war would begin again. The Illyri commander stepped forward. Raising a black cube in his hand, Zio, obey your design, he ordered. You were created to serve us, not feel. Zara took one shaky step back. Her eyes flickered between blue and silver. The cube signal was inside her now, pulling her mind apart. Her body trembled. Alex stepped beside her. Zara, fight it. You're not a weapon, you're a person. She looked at him, but her eyes were losing focus. I don't know who I am anymore. Alex placed his hand over her heart. You're the girl who saved me. It's the one who saw birds for the first time and smiled. You're the one who chose kindness, even when you were trained for hate. Zara gasped. Her knees buckled. Alex caught her. Above them, a voice echoed from the Earth fleet. Target locked. Alien energy detected. Orders. The reply was cold and sharp. If she loses control, terminate both. Zara clenched her jaw. I won't lose control. She rose slowly, standing tall again. The light in her body grew stronger, but steadier now. She looked at the Illyri commander. I remember everything you did to me. Every test. Every shock. Every time you told me to be empty. But I'm not empty anymore. The commander's voice turned cruel. You bonded with a human. Your mind is corrupted. Zara smiled faintly. No, it's complete. With a flick of her wrist, she shattered the control cube. The pieces scattered across the rocks like broken glass. The Illyri soldiers froze, so did the Earth warships. A silence deeper than space fell over the mountain. Then, the commander raised his hand to fire. But Zara was faster. She threw out both arms, and a shockwave of pure light blasted outward, not deadly, but powerful enough to knock every soldier back. Even the sky seemed to ripple. Zara's voice rang out like thunder. I choose my own path now. She turned to Alex, breathing hard, but there's one more thing I have to do. He stepped closer. What is it? The beacon's override stopped the alert, but not the data. Both Earth and Illyri ships still have access to your genetic code. As long as it exists, they'll never stop chasing you. Alex's heart dropped. So what do we do? Zara? Look toward the glowing beacon core at the peak. I have to go inside. Erase the source code. But once I link with the beacon, I won't be able to come back. Alex's eyes widened. You mean? She nodded. I'll be part of the signal. Not alive, not dead. Just everywhere. No, Alex said, voice cracking. There has to be another way. Zara reached up and touched his cheek. There's always another way. But this is mine. Tears filled his eyes. I don't want to lose you. She smiled. You never will. I'm already part of you, and you are the reason I changed. She leaned forward, kissed him gently, and whispered something in Illyri. Then she walked toward the beacon. As she reached it, the machines lit up responding. To her presence, waves of light swirled around her. Alex stood frozen, watching her glow brighter than the sun. Then, she was gone. Not burned, not destroyed. Just light. The beacon dimmed. The sky calmed. The warships pulled back. Both human and Illyri. They had seen something greater than orders. Something beyond fear. 3 months later, Alex stood on the same mountain. Now quiet grass had returned. The sky was clear. The war never came. Earth and Illyri signed a new treaty, not forced, not fake. A real one, built on one act of free will. Alex looked up at the stars. Sometimes, when the wind was just right, he could hear her voice, soft, warm, humming like static. He wore a small band around his wrist. It glowed faintly when he touched it. He had built it from her old wristband. It didn't do much, except remind him she was real, she mattered, and she chose him. 1 year later, soft beep echoed in the lab beneath the mountain. An old pod flickered to life. A voice, not male or female, spoke from the speakers. Z0 backup file found. Rebooting, program. Restart, complete. The pod opened. A girl stepped out, silver hair, glowing eyes. But this time, she smiled first.